Replacing water heater elements is typically the responsibility of a plumber. This is because water heaters are plumbing fixtures and are usually connected to the main water supply. Plumbers possess the necessary knowledge and tools to safely disconnect, remove, and replace water heater elements. They are also equipped to diagnose and resolve any underlying plumbing issues that may have contributed to the element failure. Electricians, on the other hand, are generally responsible for electrical repairs and installations. While they may not typically be involved in replacing water heater elements themselves, they may provide assistance if there are electrical issues related to the water heater. This could include addressing wiring faults or resolving problems with the circuit breaker. In summary, the primary responsibility for replacing water heater elements rests with a plumber due to their expertise in plumbing systems and water heater fixtures. However, an electrician may be needed to address any electrical issues that arise in connection with the water heater. Water heaters utilize electrical resistance to heat water. The heating element is a resistor. When electricity flows through the element, the resistance converts electrical energy into heat, which warms the surrounding water. There are several types of water heaters, including tank water heaters, tankless water heaters, and heat pump water heaters. Tank water heaters are the most common type. They store hot water in an insulated tank, ready for use. Tankless water heaters heat water on demand, eliminating the need for a storage tank. Heat pump water heaters use electricity to move heat from one place to another, rather than generating heat directly. This can be more energy efficient than traditional electric water heaters. Water heater elements can fail for a variety of reasons. One common cause is sediment buildup. Over time, minerals in the water can accumulate on the element, reducing its efficiency and eventually causing it to burn out. Another cause of element failure is corrosion. The element can corrode due to exposure to water and electricity. This can weaken the element and cause it to break. Electrical surges can also damage water heater elements. A sudden surge of electricity can overload the element and cause it to fail. When a water heater element fails, it will typically need to be replaced. This is a relatively simple repair that can be done by a plumber or a qualified electrician. However, it is important to take safety precautions when working with electricity and water. Before replacing a water heater element, it is important to turn off the power to the water heater at the circuit breaker. It is also important to drain the water from the tank to avoid getting shocked. Once the power is off and the tank is drained, the old element can be removed and the new element can be installed. Be sure to use the correct type of element for the water heater. After the new element is installed, the tank can be filled with water and the power can be turned back on. It is important to check the water heater for leaks after the repair is complete. Regular maintenance can help to prevent water heater element failure. This includes flushing the tank to remove sediment and checking the element for corrosion. It is also important to have the water heater inspected by a qualified plumber or electrician on a regular basis. Here are some additional details about water heater elements. Water heater elements are typically made of metal, such as copper or stainless steel. They are available in a variety of wattages, ranging from 1500 watts to 5500 watts. The wattage of the element will determine how quickly the water heats up. Water heater elements are typically screwed into the water heater tank. They are sealed with a gasket to prevent leaks. When replacing a water heater element, it is important to use the correct type of element for the water heater. Using the wrong type of element can damage the water heater. It is also important to make sure that the element is properly installed. If the element is not properly installed, it can leak or fail prematurely. If someone is not comfortable replacing a water heater element, it is best to call a qualified plumber or electrician. A professional will have the knowledge and experience to safely and properly replace the element. Also, keep in mind that if the water heater element fails repeatedly, it may be a sign of a more serious problem with the water heater. In this case, it is best to have the water heater inspected by a qualified plumber or electrician. In addition to the information above, consider the following safety measures when working on water heaters. Always turn off the power to the water heater at the circuit breaker before beginning any work. This will prevent electric shock. Drain the water from the tank before removing the old element. This will prevent water from spilling and potentially causing damage. Wear safety glasses and gloves to protect your eyes and hands. Use the correct tools for the job. Do not over-tighten the new element, as this can damage the tank. If there are any doubts about ability to safely replace the water heater element, call a qualified plumber or electrician. Working with electricity and water can be dangerous, so it is important to take precautions. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for the safe installation and maintenance of electrical equipment, including water heaters. The NEC covers various aspects of water heater installation, such as wiring, grounding, and overcurrent protection. Local codes may also have specific requirements for water heater installation. It is important to check with the local building department to determine the applicable codes. Here are some specific examples of NEC requirements for water heaters. Water heaters must be grounded to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source. This helps to prevent electric shock. Water heaters must be protected by an overcurrent device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse. This protects the water heater from damage due to overloads or short circuits. Wiring to the water heater must be of the correct size and type for the load. This ensures that the wiring can safely carry the current required by the water heater. Water heaters must be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. This ensures that the water heater is installed safely and correctly. It is important to follow the NEC and local codes when installing or maintaining a water heater. This will help to ensure safety and prevent damage. Water heaters are typically wired with either 240 volts or 120 volts. The voltage depends on the size and type of water heater. 240 volt water heaters are typically used in homes with larger water heating needs. 120 volt water heaters are typically used in apartments or smaller homes. The wiring for a water heater must be of the correct size and type for the voltage and amperage. The NEC provides tables that specify the correct wire size for different applications. For example, NEC Table 310.15b16 provides ampacity ratings for various types of conductors. The wiring must also be protected by an overcurrent device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse. The size of the overcurrent device must be appropriate for the amperage of the water heater. The NEC provides guidelines for sizing overcurrent devices. For example, NEC Section 240.4b provides rules for protecting conductors against overcurrent. The wiring for a water heater must be properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source. This helps to prevent electric shock. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding electrical systems. For example, NEC Section 250.4a requires that electrical systems be grounded in a manner that limits the voltage to ground. It is important to follow the NEC and local codes when wiring a water heater. This will help to ensure safety and prevent damage. Here are some additional details about water heater wiring. The wiring for a water heater is typically run in conduit. Conduit is a metal or plastic pipe that protects the wiring from damage. The wiring is connected to the water heater using connectors. Connectors are devices that provide a secure electrical connection. The wiring is typically connected to a junction box near the water heater. A junction box is a metal or plastic box that provides a safe place to make electrical connections. It is essential to consult the manufacturer's specifications for the specific water heater being installed or serviced, as these specifications will provide crucial information about the electrical requirements and wiring configurations. Ignoring these specifications can lead to unsafe conditions and potential damage to the equipment. Proper maintenance of water heaters is essential for ensuring their longevity and efficient operation. Regularly flushing the water heater tank helps remove sediment buildup, which can reduce heating efficiency and potentially damage the heating elements. Inspecting the anode rod, which is designed to protect the tank from corrosion, and replacing it when necessary can significantly extend the life of the water heater. Checking the temperature and pressure relief valve to ensure it is functioning properly is also crucial for safety. A malfunctioning relief valve can lead to excessive pressure buildup in the tank, which can result in a dangerous explosion. Furthermore, insulating the water heater tank and pipes can help reduce heat loss, saving energy and lowering utility bills. These maintenance tasks are relatively simple and can be performed by homeowners with basic plumbing skills. However, if are not comfortable performing these tasks, it is always best to consult a qualified plumber or electrician. When troubleshooting a water heater problem, it is important to follow a systematic approach. First, check the circuit breaker to make sure it is not tripped. If the circuit breaker has tripped, reset it and see if the water heater starts working. If the circuit breaker trips again, there may be a short circuit in the water heater. Second, check the thermostat to make sure it is set to the correct temperature. If the thermostat is not set correctly, adjust it and see if the water heater starts working. Third, check the heating elements to make sure they are working properly. If the heating elements are not working, they may need to be replaced. Fourth, check the temperature and pressure relief valve to make sure it is functioning properly. If the temperature and pressure relief valve is not functioning properly, it may need to be replaced. Fifth, check the water heater tank for leaks. If the water heater tank is leaking, it may need to be replaced. If the troubleshooting steps do not resolve the problem, it is best to call a qualified plumber or electrician. A professional will have the knowledge and experience to diagnose and repair the problem. Water heater efficiency is an important consideration when selecting a new water heater or maintaining an existing one. The energy factor, or F, is a measure of a water heater's overall efficiency. The higher the EF, the more efficient the water heater. Energy Star certified water heaters are those that meet certain energy efficiency standards. These water heaters can save money on utility bills and reduce environmental impact. There are several ways to improve water heater efficiency. Insulating the water heater tank and pipes can help reduce heat loss. Lowering the water heater thermostat to 120 degrees Fahrenheit can also save energy. Using less hot water can also reduce energy consumption. Consider installing low-flow shower heads and faucets to conserve water. Furthermore, repairing any leaks in the water heater or plumbing system can prevent water waste and save energy. Regularly flushing the water heater tank to remove sediment buildup can also improve efficiency. By taking these steps, you can reduce energy consumption and save money on utility bills. When selecting a new water heater, consider the size and type of water heater that is appropriate for your needs. The size of the water heater should be based on the number of people in your household and the amount of hot water that they use. The type of water heater should be based on your energy source and your budget. Tankless water heaters are more energy efficient than tank water heaters, but they are also more expensive. Heat pump water heaters are the most energy efficient type of water heater, but they are also the most expensive. When selecting a new water heater, it is important to consider the long-term cost of ownership. This includes the purchase price, the installation cost, and the operating cost. Also, when selecting a new water heater, consider the warranty. A good warranty will protect against defects in materials and workmanship. Finally, when selecting a new water heater, consider the reputation of the manufacturer. Choose a manufacturer that is known for producing high-quality, reliable water heaters. Different types of water heaters have varying venting requirements. Gas water heaters, for example, require proper venting to safely exhaust combustion gases. The venting system must be installed according to local codes and manufacturer's instructions. Electric water heaters do not require venting, but they still need to be installed in a well-ventilated area to prevent moisture buildup. Improper venting can lead to carbon monoxide poisoning, which is a serious health hazard. It is essential to have the venting system inspected regularly by a qualified professional. Here's some more detail on safety devices commonly found in water heaters. Temperature and pressure relief valves, or TMP valves, are designed to prevent excessive pressure buildup in the water heater tank. These valves automatically release pressure if the temperature or pressure exceeds safe limits. TNP valves should be tested regularly to ensure they are functioning properly. Another important safety device is the drain valve. The drain valve is used to drain the water heater tank for maintenance or repairs. It is important to make sure that the drain valve is not clogged with sediment. Some water heaters also have a vacuum relief valve. The vacuum relief valve is designed to prevent the tank from collapsing if a vacuum is created inside the tank. Sediment buildup is a common problem in water heaters. Sediment can accumulate in the bottom of the tank, reducing heating efficiency and potentially damaging the heating elements. Regularly flushing the water heater tank can help remove sediment buildup. To flush the tank, simply connect a garden hose to the drain valve and open the valve. Allow the water to run until it is clear. The frequency of flushing depends on the water quality in the area. In areas with hard water, it may be necessary to flush the tank more frequently. Here are some tips for extending the life of a water heater. Flush the tank regularly to remove sediment buildup. Inspect the anode rod regularly and replace it when necessary. Lower the water heater thermostat to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Insulate the water heater tank and pipes. Repair any leaks in the water heater or plumbing system. Have the water heater inspected regularly by a qualified professional. The lifespan of a water heater depends on several factors, including the type of water heater, the water quality, and the maintenance practices. Tank water heaters typically last 8 to 12 years. Tankless water heaters can last 20 years or more. Heat pump water heaters can last 10 to 15 years. The water quality in the area can also affect the lifespan of a water heater. Hard water can cause sediment buildup, which can reduce heating efficiency and potentially damage the heating elements. Soft water can be corrosive, which can damage the tank and other components. Proper maintenance practices can help extend the life of a water heater. Regularly flushing the tank, inspecting the anode rod, and lowering the thermostat can all help prolong the life of the water heater. Also, be mindful of plumbing codes. Plumbing codes regulate the installation and maintenance of water heaters. These codes are designed to ensure safety and prevent water waste. Local plumbing codes may vary, so it is important to check with the local building department to determine the applicable codes. Ignoring plumbing codes can lead to unsafe conditions and potential damage to the property. Some common plumbing code requirements for water heaters include proper venting, proper grounding, and proper overcurrent protection. In conclusion, water heaters are essential appliances that provide hot water for a variety of uses. Understanding how water heaters work, how to maintain them, and how to troubleshoot problems can help ensure their longevity and efficient operation. Following safety precautions and adhering to plumbing codes are crucial for preventing accidents and protecting property. Whether replacing a heating element, flushing the tank, or selecting a new water heater, a knowledgeable approach can lead to safe, efficient, and cost-effective water heating.